Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Connor Reynolds, and this is the Nerdic Gods podcast, episode 177. Joining me, not as always, Steven Sims.
We did this a minute ago. I'm fine. You're fine. I can't wear a wig. You're asking me questions regarding performances. You give me rapid fire questions regarding all the showcases. I think Fable's fine. I think the game after it's fine, and I think Hellblade is okay.
You missed Avowed.
Avowed. Yeah. So look, let's just do it again. So Fable, fine. Looks great.
Okay. Steven Sims, who has not been here to recap all these other things and all these other episodes, is gonna tell you his thoughts on some of the recently announced games or new trailers.
I will say, So you just fire them off again, please.
Fable. First trailer shown at the Xbox Game Showcase.
Good, a bit cheeky, but like, gameplay. It was like 2 seconds of gameplay, which looked great.
Oh, okay.
Looks like a different Fable. Like, it doesn't look like Fable. It just looks like
the British sense of humor not do it for you. I
know
that's a unique concept for you. No, didn't do anything. The IT guy, apparently that's a big thing over there.
Yeah, what's his name?
No one knows.
Yeah, nobody knows.
What is IT? It's a TV show.
Is it good? The crowd or something.
Okay.
The IT. It's just it's like Big Bang Theory, but English.
Okay. The big UK theory. All right. South of Midnight.
Oh, that's the next one. It looked great. Yeah, it looked like a good time. Yeah.
Great. Okay. Avowed.
Like I said, like I was just disappointed. I was like, this looks like when I first saw Avowed, I was like, this is Xbox's like big quadruple A. This is what Xbox is aiming to strive to, and obviously then they've re-showed it, and it looks like another Outer Worlds, which is fine. But like, I thought this was Xbox's big one.
The switch over to the Jeff Keighley thing, the Prince of Persia game, the Prince of Persia, The Lost Crown.
Yeah, this was the game of the month.
That was the game of the month. Why did this do it for you so much?
I don't know, man. Like, I liked Ori, like I liked Metroid Dread, and like Prince of Persia is just I'm hankering for some Prince, man. And like
for some Prince.
And then this is just like, I like to play like one Metroidvania a year, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
And like this is next year's one.
That's how I feel about Souls games. Only one a year. I only have enough brain capacity to do one a year. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay. Mortal Kombat 1. What'd you think of that?
It's a fighting game.
Anything? Okay. Look beautiful though. This guy yell at his kids now. What about this one? The new 2D Sonic game, Sonic Superstars. That do anything for you?
Look cool. Look colorful, nice, and
cool.
new. Like different art style for Sonic is always great. So hopefully this holds up.
Next game they kind of showed off then was Alan Wake 2. We got more of this somewhere after the game. Maybe this was where we got more of this. I can't remember exactly.
We only saw it once at SGF, didn't we? Yeah, this looked great, man.
Yeah.
What did we see at the Xbox one that really blew my socks off? We saw
there was something at the Xbox one that really blew your socks off. Was it Clockwork Revolution?
Yeah, man, this is dope.
Yeah, that was the one specifically that you were thinking of.
I think the whole showcase, like as a whole, like Xbox, like really just came out and delivered. Like it was really, really like, I was a proud dad moment. I was like, oh, you know, go on, son. You know what I mean?
Go on, son. That's how you felt about Phil.
Yeah, I was like,
go on, son. Okay.
I was like, I was like, this is it. Like they've done it. Like they're doing it. Do you know what I mean?
They're fucking doing it. Finally,
they're fucking doing it.
Triggered, Phil. Let's go.
And then obviously the Starfield thing was. I fell asleep. It was that good. Like, and that isn't a disservice. But it was like
sweet soothing voice of Todd Howard.
Yeah, man, Todd and his peeps and his. I fell asleep during the spaceship bit when they're on about putting the spaceships together. So I don't know what you can do. That's a surprise for me.
I'm gonna make a big old penis. Fly that through the air.
Well, we've had practice with Zelda. Yeah, man.
Sure as fuck have.
What else?
The new Final Fantasy Rebirth trailer. What do you think
Yeah,
of that?
that looks fucking sick, doesn't it?
Looks
That
fucking
looks
sick.
fucking
It's fucking
sick.
sick. Can't wait.
Yeah, it looks good. I'm really excited for it. Nice to know. I like the emphasis on 2 discs. I was like, yes, I like that. I don't know
What a
why I like
great
that. I
marketing
was like, yeah,
plan. You know, like
well,
yeah, it comes out 2 discs, motherfuckers. That's how fat this game is.
can't wait.
Okay, cool. That'll do it for all the big shit
I
over
will. I
there.
will
I don't
say
know if
just
there's
very
anything else
quickly
that
though. I
stuck
will
out in your
just
head.
say like I was none of it like except for the Xbox. None of it was great. Like no,
Oh,
like
what about
Xbox was.
Ubisoft? The Avatar game and the
Dude,
Star
I had
Wars
that.
game
We had
do
this
anything for you?
conversation. No, not the Avatar. Is just Far Cry. You're like, if you've been playing,
Literally just Far Cry.
if you've been playing this game for long, like this playing this like I say playing the game as if you've been playing video games for as long as we have, and you're in deep as we are, like you see straight through it. But like,
Yeah.
but like for someone who doesn't play video games, somebody not like us, this is the perfect game. This is the perfect video game.
I wonder what this is like. Notice how there wasn't a Far Cry 6 spin-off like they normally do.
Yeah,
There's
yeah,
always that
yeah.
spin-off game, but there is this, I wonder if this is
This
that.
is it,
I
yeah.
wonder if they just gave the
And
assets
I
for
reckon
that
if
over
you, I reckon
capacity.
if you just fucking 100%. I reckon if you zoomed out on the map, it would the
The same
outline,
layout as
yeah, it'd be the
6.
same
Yeah.
layout. Just a couple of different assets, same assets, different color. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
and that's
all they
no
did.
disrespect
Well,
to
that
game
was the funny
developers.
part of the Far Cry spin-off games, right? Is that
Yeah.
people go and line up the spots in the map that were
Yeah.
exactly the same as the last, which is fine. You just have to do whatever the fuck they want with it. But it's just funny to always see that shit. Now the Star Wars game, I know you were a big Division fan, so does this do anything for you?
I honestly,
Mass Effect?
I had it on, but I never watched it. I don't know. I
Oh,
need
you
to
never
go back
watched
and
it?
watch it. I watched the first couple of bits. I don't know what happened. I must have just been busy. Like, I can't remember. But like, I remember watching the Ubisoft thing and thinking, because the way that they formatted the show was like OGE3, and I think that's
Yeah.
like most of us think we miss it, but like Ubisoft was a blatant reminder that we don't miss it. I was like, oh no, we don't. This is not. This doesn't. This is bad. And this
I don't
guy's
need
talking
the
about
embarrassing people coming out on stage and like singing and dancing and shit.
exactly, and then the guy comes out and starts talking about the crew, and I'm like, this could have been a video. It should have been a video.
My favorite was how Skull and Bones just got a song.
Crazy.
Like, literally,
But then they
literally
cut,
nothing
they
about the
cut
game but a song.
they cut to Phil Spencer in the crowd, and he's like,
Just
I mean,
say
nah,
it, fam.
Phil's not about it. No, but yeah,
Phil's like, get that camera off me.
I don't know. The SGF wasn't great. Like, I didn't get excited for anything. I think what happened was I got so excited for PlayStation, it kicked me in the balls and then kicked me again. I just lost it. I lost my excitement for the month. Like, and it's a shame because like normally this is like Christmas. Like this is like Christmas for all of us. Like, I'm either really tanned or I'm just getting like a different orangey, ambery light. I don't know what's going on here.
Go with tan.
Just go with tan, yeah, man. I've been in the sun for a couple of weeks.
Go with tan.
But yeah, it was all right. Like I said, like I think PlayStation just kind of ruined my excitement. Xbox saved the day though. Starfield this year has been insane. Like this year.
See, for me, I felt like PlayStation disappointed me so much that everything else was a bit better.
Yeah.
Than I would have thought otherwise. I even like the Ubisoft one somewhat. But nonetheless, Steven Sims, it's been another busy week in the world of video games.
That's it.
Not really. No, not at all, honestly. That's a complete and utter lie.
I will.
Yeah, what'd you want to say?
I was gonna say like this whole Xbox court case
Hilarious
drama is funny. Like the
yeah, we don't have anything
laundry
in here about the court case because I don't know. I guess I'm just kind of waiting for it all to be over and then we'll like compile everything that happened. But I don't know. Is there anything sticking out to you with the?
I mean,
what
was the comment of like Xbox was trying to buy PlayStation out of the marketplace. Like, if they buy
in 2019, there was an email with the Matt Booty guy. He said something of the effect that they could just outbuy Sony outright or outspend Sony in the acquisition race, which they totally could, right?
100%, yeah, definitely. Like they wanted to buy Bungie, they wanted to buy Sega, and then like, what was it? They were going to buy them, but let the games be like onto different platforms.
Yeah, something like that. Something with the legacy games that would still be on other platforms or whatever.
I had a reason
who knows?
why. But yeah,
The weird thing about all these emails and whatnot is they're all like 4 years old at this point. Like all the information we're getting out of these companies is like a bit older and before the pandemic and all that too. So it's all just a little not current. You can't really take everything. You got to take everything with a grain of salt that's coming out of these, just because it's not the current day viewpoint of Xbox or PlayStation or anything.
Yeah, it's
but still might be.
The game plan.
The one thing that was really interesting was all the developers and companies they were looking at for acquisitions, right? Like you said, Sega was in there. There was a whole bunch of big ones in there. Supergiant was in there. So I don't know. I wonder if they're still looking at a lot of those same guys for acquisitions.
Yeah, it's got really messy, this Activision. I wonder if there's some kind of like some form of regret. Maybe they should have started small and then gone big. Like, it's not like it's like they go for the big fish. Oh yeah, they've gone for the bigger fish. They should have. Yeah, sorry. They could have started small. If they wanted to do this, like, this their game plan of like buying Sony, start small, and then like Sony never gonna buy Activision for $69 billion. And so I reckon if they did it that way, I reckon this would have gone smoother.
Yeah. I do wonder if that's the whole reason for this court case now. It's like, because obviously Sony like brought it to light, and Jim Ryan was going around complaining to whoever the fuck was listening, and now we're in court. And I just don't know if Sony was the one to really set that off, or if this would have happened without Jim Ryan even complaining. Like, if PlayStation just agreed to the Call of Duty deal, would this whole court case thing even be happening right now? Interesting times. I just can't wait for this shit to be over. Like, just go through and don't at this point. I'm sick of hearing about it,
Yeah, it'd be nice to get it over and done with. But like, I don't know. Is this it after this court case? How long does this court case last for? Is this it? Like, is there more going to come out? There's more came out. I've not caught up today, but
Bobby Kotick was on trial today, so shout out to Bobby.
What's the headline?
The headline is E3's dead. We'll get there in a second. Also, a tiny piece of news: Red Dead Redemption. That's right, 2010's Red Dead Redemption has been rated in Korea.
You know what that means?
Out of nowhere.
That means
we are theorizing a remaster or a remake.
All get our hopes up to get them crushed.
Be disappointed, just to be disappointed. If we're gonna do this, for the love of God, can we do it where we put Red Dead Redemption 1 and 2 in a pack together and make it like one singular giant game? That's all I want. That's all I want out of Life Sims. I feel like if I had that, I wouldn't need another game ever again.
I feel like I bet they'd love to sell Red Dead 2 again, and this is the only way they could probably make it worth their while if they went, right, well, let's just do Red Dead 1 again. Like, apparently it's already done or been doing. And so apparently they cancelled, didn't they? They had the bad launch of the original OG, and then I think they canned Red Dead. So maybe they done it, and then they thought, oh, we're not going to release it. Maybe they've had a small team all over it, and now why not release the PS5 Red Dead Redemption? What's a nice word to put on it to sell?
Definitive edition,
definitive edition. Yeah, there you go. Look, definitive. Like, I'm like, yeah, definitive. You say, oh, yeah, here is my $50. Definitive. You say. Let me raise this eyebrow. So yeah, I'd love to play Red Dead 1. I played it with zero context of how big the game actually was. It was just a game when I was, back in the day, I was illegally downloading games. I was really young. Don't judge me.
I'm judging.
And it just came on. It was Red Dead Redemption. I was like, oh, I'll try this game. And it turns out to be really good. I didn't know it was Rockstar. I didn't know. Obviously, I wasn't paying that much attention at the time. So I'd love to play it again now with that of, knowledge and respect towards the fact that how much effort would have went into this game. So.
Yeah, no, I'm right there with you. I would love to play it again. So if Rockstar's making it, I'm here for it. Hopefully they just don't fuck it up again. Don't have all the technical problems that the GTA whatever trilogy had. It's like it's kind of hard to trust Rockstar with this after they just released that. But this is a newer game, right? So theoretically, less touching up to even do, and you could just put it out again. I don't know how much like graphically it's gonna end up improving and whatnot, but I don't know. Hopefully it's real. I'll play this. I would love to platinum this game, right? And be one of those that'd be
Yeah,
fun to go back, get
100%.
the
Yeah,
trophies for it,
definitely.
yeah.
Yeah. Do you understand what I mean though? Like, I think we all played these games quite young, and I think you don't really have any respect when you're a kid, do you? So, like, do you know what I mean? It'd be nice to play this game
Oh,
differently.
respect.
Like, do you know what I mean? Like, to play, to appreciate these games more that we might have just blown over as young children. If that makes
Yeah.
teens.
Yeah, I was like 13, so
Yeah, I would have been like 16.
something like that.
I had a girlfriend. I was about what, 16, 17?
She real
Yeah.
interested in Red Dead Redemption.
No.
I just remember being very hyped about it because coming off GTA 4, it was only a couple years before this. Me and my friends were all about that back in the day. I always missed we missed the cutoff window with GTA 5. I think I was a senior in high school when GTA 5 came out, but we played GTA 4 online a fuck ton.
Yeah.
And like that was nothing compared to GTA 5's online. If GTA 5 was like 4 years earlier, I would have been all about that.
Yeah, I remember GTA 4 when we first I remember not queuing up for it. I think I've told the story of like I knew a guy. He's like, I know the guy that runs that mom and grub store. He's expecting a delivery any times a day. He's gonna call me. You wait with me. I'll go to work. He's like, you wait for me outside of work, and then as soon as he gets a copy, we'll go. So I waited in town all day for it. Went home, and then my dad was like, we're going to the dentist. I was like, listen, Dad. I've just got this game 2 days early. I'm the coolest kid in town right now. But no, I remember going online with it. You know what I mean? It was just like very basic. You just in this world. You were in the whole. You had the whole city to play with. But that was about it. It was like whoever you wanted in your server, and then that was it. It wasn't like GTA 5. But I was having this conversation with my daughter the other day, and I was like, when 5 comes out in like 3 years, that will be 6 years. Like it will be a phenomenon. Like it will be just different. Like it'll be insane. Like
Yeah, when GTA 6 comes out, the world's just gonna stop.
Stop. Yeah. Like, and she will be interested, and she'll be playing it with her friends. Like that will be the Fortnite. Like that will be the new Fortnite. That will challenge Fortnite. That will challenge Warzone. That will this game. This I don't think this game cannot not crash, if that makes sense. As soon as that online opens, I don't think, no matter how much planning you can think Rockstar have to think, oh, we got to be careful of these servers, they're gonna get destroyed.
It really is like the one thing, right, that like everyone who plays games is gonna be into, you know? Like all your Fortnite kids, all your Call of Duty kids, everyone that just picks up the random Madden sports game or whatever, and then hardcore gamers like us, like everyone's gonna come together and be into it that day. Yeah.
I remember, oh my lord. So speaking of like gamers and then people who play games. So I've started this new job at this in this, it doesn't matter, and it's basically a very posh executive building that does all the business side of like, I don't know, businessy building. So everyone's wearing suits.
A bunch of suits now.
Basically, yeah. Like, you know what I mean? So like they're all just I'm just cooking salads for these suits. And this innocent woman, she's wearing the business suit, the business dress, whatever. And we're making small talk because it's awkward. It's just me and her in a room. And she just starts this conversation. She goes, have you heard of Nintendo Switch? And I was like humoring her first. I was like, yeah, I've heard of it. Yeah. She goes, me and my partner's got a game called Zelda, and he's ordered me a Switch to come tomorrow. I'm really excited. He goes, have you heard of Zelda? And I just stopped. I was like, listen, I'm 100 hours into this game, child. All right. You started this conversation. And she was like,
lady, I have to warn you before we go down this path. For 100 hours.
It was like, I was like, this could not have been any better. I was like, at first I was offended. I was like, spat on the floor. Like, she's like, that's really unhygienic. I was like, listen, right? And she was really excited about playing this game, and I was like, and it was like, wow, this game is like Zelda is a phenomenon. Like, there's games in our generation, Zeldas and your GTA's like yourself that you've just mentioned, like they start these conversations with two people that couldn't be further apart from each other, if that makes sense. Do you know what I mean? This business lady who's probably having, probably puts the TV on, has a glass of wine, and then me, I'm there putting Zelda on and having a cup of tea. Do you know what I mean?
in your white beater, fucking.
Yeah. Anyway, so she's like, yeah, I was explaining to her like she was like, oh, so is it really good then? I was like, this game changes everything. Like, it changes everything.
This lady
like,
just hopped out of her Ferrari, pulling into work. You pulled in on the on a moped.
And honestly, but seriously, like, this place is that posh. I've got the cheapest car in the car.
Do you feel like out of place there at all?
So out of place, like so out of place.
But you're like you're cooking, right? I'm assuming.
I'm just cooking. I'm on my own, so like they just come. Okay. I'm like, yes sir, no sir, 3 bags full sir. Everyone's like, oh, I've just flew from Scotland for the day, so they don't drive from Scotland, they fly from Scotland. Like it's only a 5-hour drive. It's just crazy, man. Like it's ridiculous. Like, and I'm there like parked up on my Picasso. Xara Picasso, Google it. All right, everyone's driving Teslas, BMWs, Land Rovers. I'm there turning up in my 10-year-old banged up, no air conditioning car. Like,
it dies when you pull in the parking lot.
So yeah, it was dead weird. Like, the conversation started, and she was like, "Oh, like, look, have you seen this? This my Switch." And I'm like, "Listen, child, I got 4 Switches at home. Let me tell you, like, don't." I was like, "You could not have."
Did she have the OLED model?
I think she did. Yeah, she says, "Oh, I've ordered the OLED model."
Yeah.
And I was like, "Yeah." I was like, and I was explaining like how the game worked. Of like, I explained like the what's it called? Fuse, not fuse. The bit where you
abilities.
Yeah, where you put everything together.
Yeah, fuse.
No, that's the other one. No, fuse is the weapon one.
Put everything together. What do you mean? Yeah, you fuse it.
What's it called? It's bugging me. Anyway,
fusing me.
The fucking you got fuse where you pick you want to choose it like I want to fuse the fucking phone to my sword, and then you've got Ultra Hand. There we go.
Ultra Hand.
And I was explaining Ultra Hand as like Lego. And I was like, you could literally build anything you want, however you want it, and like physics all come into play, like all of it, like, and it works. Nothing breaks. Nothing has broken. Nothing ever. How? I don't know. Anyway, but yeah, incredible. What a weird that's like I said, like the phenomenon. Like just back to your GTAs and stuff. Like this might happen again with me. Like you probably get like this big suit man. And he's like, oh yes, numbers, and then next minute he'll be like, oh, I'm gonna play GTA tonight. And I'm like, I mean, like, and we would never have done that before. Well, listen to these people talk, right? So when they're having lunch in the room with me, I'm there doing my dishes. And they're having these conversations like, yeah, so I was going to do the deal, and I was like, what a fucking boring life. Like, what? How fucking boring? Like, it's just like you are boring people. Like, please, I hope.
Who needs money?
It's like listening to you. Like, what? Fucking get a grip, man. Why are we not talking about fucking Zelda? Like, why are you not like you're on a break, you're having lunch, and you want to talk about the fucking what you've been talking about in that boardroom for like Starfield?
So they're talking about having vacation in the Bahamas and shit. And you're just sitting there like, you guys played Zelda?
I would. I have got one guy though. He's cool. He's like a bit lower fish, and he's like, yeah, we talked about cyberpunk and stuff. But yeah, it's different. It's a different world. But again, yeah, when GTA comes out, and my daughter's about 13. This will be a phenomenon. Like, I'll be playing GTA with my daughter. Like, and when the last one came out, she was 1 year old.
Damn.
Mad, isn't it?
It's been too long. It's been too fucking long.
I remember because I would have been. We used to have the bed here, and we used to have a TV there, and I used to sit in bed and play it while she'd sleep on. I remember doing the Michael mission where he's talking to that movie director. And you end up doing like loads of like crazy like car chases around the film plot. I remember playing that with her just as a baby.
And now you're gonna play GTA 6 with her.
We're gonna play GTA 6. Like when that game comes out, I'm like, It's crazy. It's just video games, man. But no, that woman's
And
starting
then
that conversation.
she'll be playing GTA 7 alone because you'll be
You'll be
long
dead.
dead.
I'll be
Long
dead.
dead.
Yeah.
So she might not even make it that long, to be
No, I don't
honest.
think so either. But no, that woman coming at me about Zelda, I haven't seen her since. I saw the day after. I saw, has it been delivered?
She's like, yeah, the crazy lunch guy fucking talking to me about Zelda.
She started it. She started it. She's like, hey, have you heard of
She
Zelda? She goes, have you heard of Zelda? I was like, are you on fucking drugs, madam? Like, nah. What's I have?
I just like the idea of all these like snobby rich people coming up to you and talking about video games.
I'd love it,
You know,
but none of
she's
them.
got like one of those like long cigarettes where you like the little plastic thing and put the cigarette on the end. You know, I don't know why she's just like 1920s rich person, but like, in my mind she is. Steven Sims, we do have some actual news stories here.
Do we though?
Yeah,
let's quickly
kind of.
All
right, well, we can quickly go over these. It's gonna be a shorter show today, people. First thing up, E3 2024 and 2025 might have been canceled according to the LA Convention Center sales figures or some shit. I don't know. It looks like whoever the hell owns E3 may or may not have canceled 2024 and 2025. The ESA, I think, owns them. I don't fucking know. Who knows? Steven Sims, is E3 dead?
Why did you get full name of me? No. I think they just. Can you just talk to me one time? Just say one thing.
One thing.
Okay. Right. So I just don't think it's going to be at the LA Convention Center. I think they're trying to work out finances. I think if they want this to work, they have to meet everyone, get everybody on board, and with a fine line of make it more beneficial for the people that want to do the shows. So like Ubisoft's, maybe get, I don't know, maybe never Microsoft, maybe never PlayStation, maybe never Nintendo. But if they want to get this, like, because it's got to be beneficial for everyone anyway. But like if they just strip the money side of it, they try and cut them costs down as much as they possibly can. Maybe get a cheaper venue, and just to get all these people with their video games into one place, and then make sure that there's profit margins. But you know, they're basically, the venue is cheap, and they're not charging ridiculous amounts of money for them to go, oh, come over here and do talkie or whatever. They don't have to do the conferences at E3 anymore. E3 is just a conference. It's just a PAX. It's just that's all we want. Obviously, the E3 name though brings people. If I said to you, when you want to go to E3 or PAX, where are you gonna go?
You're gonna go to PAX. You're gonna have a better time at PAX.
Yeah, but if you want to go to E3,
if like, yeah, okay, but like, is E3 E3? You know?
Yeah, I mean, but you want to, if I said to you, oh, this E3 is just like 10 years ago.
Yeah,
is everyone.
Then I'm going to E3.
Is Nintendo's got their fucking wicked Zelda booth, PlayStation's there, but obviously the reason why they don't go there is because it's not beneficial for them, because it probably costs too much money. What's the point of bringing a load of games, put it in there when it's just what they're gonna leave from it? They've got to pay staff. They got to hire these. They got to buy these booths. They got to pay the agency staff that run these, because it's all it is agency.
The convention center in general, right?
I've been to an EGX, and these people just stood around, and they're just monitoring, see if everyone's like in line and whatever. And you try to spark a conversation about these video games, they haven't got a fucking clue, because they're all just fucking agency. They're all just working for an agency that's like, right, next week we've got an event, we just need you to like listen to what they want you to do. It all comes down to money. And I think that's why. I think they've just gone, you know what? I don't think we're going to be there next year. They're going to try the hardest to get an E3 going, because that's a brand. Like, why can't, I don't get why whoever owns the E3 or TSA or whatever, whoever it is, ESA, sorry, they should just go, Jeff, look, here's E3, do what you want. Like, and then they just say, like, and then they just like, that's your baby now. There's E3. If Jeff Keighley said, if ESA can knock on Jeff Keighley's door, hi, would like to give you this, like a bad breakup. Like, we're really sorry. Here's E3. We're not getting involved. We just want this much percentage. There you go. He'd have the Summer Games Fest would lose straight away. It'd be E3 branded. It would be.
Why would he want it anymore though when he's already doing it?
Because Summer Games Fest don't work.
It's kind of the same thing.
It's
like
not.
they have two options with the E3: go away for a very long time, and then hope you can come back in a certain amount of years and get that nostalgia itch going for a lot of people, or they just do exactly what Jeff's already doing. And if you're doing that, Jeff's already doing it probably better than they would, right? So it's like,
Admittedly, yeah, but like, if it was E3,
I get what you're saying. If it's like the E3 name on it, but like, how much weight does that really hold? You know, like Summer Games Fest, E3, people that aren't like us just think that's like the same fucking thing, right?
I don't know. Like, there's something about the name E3 that just brings people in.
I think for us there's that nostalgia hit. There's that, oh shit, E3, we know to get excited. I don't think casual gamers really give a fuck about that E3 name. Maybe they
not.
do, maybe they don't. I don't know. It's yeah, man, E3's dead. It's fucking dead to me. It's not coming back. The format doesn't work anymore. COVID times
No,
made these
admittedly,
giant
the format
companies
doesn't
realize.
work. Like,
Yeah,
for a conference,
COVID made these giant companies realize they can just do it themselves very easily and
but
it'll cost a lot less.
that's on the conference side of
I
things.
don't think they get that many more views with the E3 name attached to it.
No, of course not. But like, that's with the conference side of things. I'm talking on a show floor type thing. Like, people,
They can do
the
what
public,
you're saying, come back and just be a
public.
PAX
Yeah,
and do
that's
that,
it.
right?
Yeah,
You could do that, but that's a different thing from what E3 was to the people at home. You know,
100%. Yeah, I remember as a kid getting magazines, E3, the brandage of E3, and I was like, oh, what's this? And it's like, you read it, and it's like, oh, people go to LA and play video games, and all the new video games are there, and everyone's playing them, and everyone's talking about them. So, I don't know.
yeah, it's a tough situation. If I was them, I would just put it to bed for a while, and then maybe in a few years you can get everyone back and just try to get that nostalgia going, and maybe you can make something out of it then. But I don't know, man. It's just Jeff Keighley came in, ate their lunch, and everyone else is just doing their own thing, and it's going to be damn near impossible to get them all back, in my opinion. Next news story, Steven Sims. Metal Gear Solid Volume 2, the collection, may have been leaked according to some database shit. I don't know. Hackers getting in there, fucking hacking away at shit.
Some database shit.
You know, fucking Mr. Robot or whatever the fuck is in there.
Oh, wait,
Type it on his keyboard.
It has to be.
Okay, but apparently MGS Collection Volume 2 will include Metal Gear Solid 4, Metal Gear Solid 5, and Metal Gear Solid Peace Walker. Steven Sims, you excited about this? Metal Gear Solid Volume 1, the collection, costs $60. Coming out sometime in October. Yeah,
October something, did it?
October 28th, something like that. We'll go with that.
This is something I've always wanted to play. Like, I've always wanted to play the Metal Gear Solids. I've never really played them, so
Me neither. I rented MGS 3 from Blockbuster when I was a kid, and that's why I hate stealth games now.
I rented Metal Gear Solid 3 to copy, and then I never played it.
Okay. At least you got that copy somewhere.
Oh, listen, like, I used to go to my dad's house at the weekend, and I'd get up early on a Friday because that's when all the new releases would come out, and I knew and I'd wait outside Hollywood Video. So
Hollywood Video. Did you guys not have Blockbusters over there?
We did have a Blockbusters. It was not far up the road, but this one, like, it was like independent. Yeah. So we had that, and I knew that if I got there first, I could rent the games first. So I'd go to my dad's house every Friday on a Friday morning. Mum would give me a tenner. Games were like $3.50 to rent for 2 nights. So I'd probably get a bit more money. I'd rent three of the top games, go to my dad's, copy them, and then take them back. And the video store knew about it as well. The video store knew. I was taking them back the same day. They didn't give a fuck. It was
Hollywood Video people don't care.
Yeah, man, sick times. I'm so sorry, game developers. I'm so sorry. I was young. I feel a bit guilty, but the adrenaline rush was amazing.
I'm trying to think of like a company that went out of business, and I was gonna blame you for it, but now I can't think of one.
Do you remember a game called America's Top 10 Most Wanted?
No.
Oh my God.
I thought you were gonna say American Wasteland.
You just go kill around. You go killing terrorists. I was like, Osama bin Laden was in it and everything. This was a PS2 game.
They had his character model down and whatnot.
Yeah, they got him scanned in.
He went to the mocap studio. Okay, Mr. Bin Laden, we're gonna need you to put your arms up in a T-pose position.
We should not be laughing at that. It's come back. But yeah, what was the conversation we were talking about? Oh, Metal Gear Solid. Yeah, I'm well excited. Yeah, I'm excited. Fingers crossed we do get 4. Fingers crossed we do get 4 on actual physical media. But I don't know. I don't
We'll
think
see.
so.
We'll see.
But like,
Yeah,
look
I'd like
at
to play these
the.
games too. I've like I said, I've only ever tried MGS3, so I'd like to try them.
I've tried them all. I think I've tried
now
them
that
all.
I'm an adult, you know. Oh, actually, MGS5. I actually played a fuck ton of MGS.
Oh, I played a bit of that. I played, and then I
Yeah,
realized it was massive, and I was like, I'm out. I was like, this is too big. No, it's too big.
that was actually a really good game. That
Like,
game had really good combat.
I met Quiet. I was like, I'm having a great time. Shot some people from a distance. Got chased by a giant mech. I got to about like level 19, like chapter 19 or whatever.
That
and I was just like,
really fun in that game.
Yeah, and I was like putting like fucking hot air balloons on people, and
see, that's what I want though. That's what I'm hoping the remake does of Metal Gear Solid 3. Is it just plays like MGS5? That's what I want. I want them all to just play like MGS5. I don't like, you know, you go back, you play old games, and you're like, fuck, this feels like shit.
I know. I tried to play Metal Gear Solid 1 on the Steam Deck, and I was like,
see, that's gonna feel like shit.
It's like I like the noise, like I like the sound.
Like I know MGS2 is supposed to be like one of the best games ever, but like you go back and try to play that now, I guarantee it's gonna play like shit. For your first time, especially if you don't have that nostalgia for it, it's gonna be like, it's gross. So maybe I just wait for all the remakes. I don't know.
Just never forget playing like Metal Gear Solid on a demo. I was like, what's Metal Gear Solid? And you that opening mission, and then you're like you're running around that little area, and you're tapping on the wall, and you get seen, and the music pipes on. It's like dun, 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 dun. Dun, 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 dun. And then wah, 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 dun, 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 dun. So good.
Steven Sims, our next news story. A new Slender Man game has been announced. No other details are involved.
Oh my god, another Slender game. Why don't we forget about fuck this Slenderman game off and let's talk about
the Slenderman game? Okay.
Let's talk about, have you seen the Five Nights at Freddy's trailer? The movie trailer.
For the movie?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen the trailer?
I saw one of the trailers.
The trailer, a new one came out yesterday.
Okay.
Yeah.
I haven't seen a new trailer for it now.
Good one. It was good.
Are you a big Five Nights at Freddy's fan? I can't tell. Nah, you must not be.
Nah.
All right, fuck off, Slenderman. Our last news story: the video game Circana numbers for the week, or no, the month of May, excuse me, have been released.
What's the company called?
It's Circana.
Circana.
Yeah, I think. Hit the song, Sims.
Circana numbers. What's the top
corner?
10?
Connor Circana corner. You forgot the corner part.
Circana's corner. Circana's top 10.
Okay, that was pretty good. Keep snapping, then point at the screen too.
Yeah.
Great.
We have way too much fun over the internet.
Okay, your top 20 games for the month of May are as follows. Number 20, Super Mario 3D World. Stop me if you want to talk about any of these. Number 19, Lego Star Wars Skywalker Saga. Number 18, where the fuck is it? Pokemon Scarlet and Violet. Number 17, New Super Mario Bros. Which one is New Super Mario Bros?
The new ones. The new one.
It's the new one. Okay, gotcha. Number 16, God of War Ragnarok. Number 15, Madden NFL 23. Number 14, Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Number 13, The Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild. Getting up there with numbers. Number 12, Minecraft. Number 11, Elden Ring. Number 10, Far Cry 6. I don't know why Far Cry 6 is back up here, but it is. Number 9, Resident Evil 4 Remake. Number 8, Mario Kart 8. Number 7, FIFA 23. Number 6, MLB The Show 23. Number 5, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2. Number 4, Dead Island 2. Number 3, Star Wars Jedi Survivor. Number 2, Hogwarts Legacy. And your number 1 for the month of May. Any guesses, Sims?
Slenderman. The original Slenderman. Yeah, due to the old Slenderman, due to the new one being announced.
Slenderman, huge property. People love that Slenderman.
They do.
Your number 1 was The Legend of Zelda, Tears of the Kingdom. I believe they said, what was it? Like 11 million copies in the first like 3 days or something?
Yeah, physical copies as well. I'm one of the physical boys.
Wow. You out here. You and the rich snobby folks at your work.
I'll tell you a story. Like, so Natalie's Natalie's sister works for Sports Direct, and then the owner of Sports Direct owns Game. So he's put every game, instead of every game at a shop, every game now is in a Sports Direct business.
What? You just completely.
So we have this
that.
big conglomerate chain of Sports Direct. So basically, it's like cheap sports gear. All right. Yeah. So we're talking tennis rackets, football, Under Armour, Nike, Adidas, Lonsdale, all the shit. But then
you guys say Nike, huh?
Nike. Yeah, we say Nike.
Nike.
No, you're an idiot. Right.
There's an E there. What are you talking about?
So we bought. So obviously, then obviously games and like GameStop, they're all under. They're in trouble. Let's face it. Fucking people like you downloading your fucking games while you sat there itching your ball bag while your game downloads.
Go out of business. I hate GameStop. Fuck them.
Anyway, so these games.
Who's trying to sell me on pre-orders? I don't give a fuck.
Oh no, yeah. So he's bought game, and then he's just took every game's. Obviously, they have their own building. They've shut that shit down and then put the game in the Sports Direct. So now, for me to buy my games, I got to walk past the fucking footballs, the fucking tennis rackets, because right at the end of the store is a game, and I'm there like, listen, I'm overweight, I'm sweating, I had to climb stairs to get up here. I want my Zelda.
Sir, you're just insulting me by putting exercise equipment on my way to the video games. I can't. So
anyway, long story short, I dragged her sister with me at 9 o'clock in the morning, just so I can get 20% off my Zelda.
Hell yeah, worth it.
Tried to get myself an amiibo,
In other Sir Connor news, The Legend of Zelda: Tears of the Kingdom is now the second highest selling game of the year already. That's without digital editions.
No digital, no. Crazy.
Yeah, no digital, and is already the second highest, right behind Hogwarts. Hogwarts got a big bump up because the last gen version released in May as well.
It did, yeah, and we heard nothing about it negative.
No, about this. It's surprising how much that load.
Yeah,
or how well that loaded. Right.
I've not even heard anything positive or negative. But like,
does it load when you go in and out of the castle? It must now. Right?
It got to, yeah, because they did it on the PlayStation 5. Like, it just they didn't like it, did it? I will say that quick though, that conversation with that woman, she goes, "Oh, should I play Breath of the Wild first?" I was like, "No, it'd be stupid. Like, no, stop doing that. Don't do that." You'll be like, "Oh, that's too much Zelda." Like, I'm about to approach my second month in a row of playing Zelda. Like.
It's a really good game if you didn't play Breath of the Wild. I mean, it's a really good game regardless, don't get me wrong, but like if you didn't play Breath of the Wild, you're gonna have a hell of a time in Tears of the Kingdom.
Well, yeah, the top 20s, they're good, man. Good for Jedi Survivor, Hogwarts number 2. Like, I mean, if you're a Harry Potter fan, this is great. And it was a good game. Don't get me wrong, we watched all the films. All of a sudden, I've got pillows down the stairs of all the houses. Like, so Harry Potter's got has had its moment in my house. It still is a bit. So yeah, good for that, man. That's good for that. And then
you're gonna get a massive fucking sequel. Like, wait till the sequel of this game comes out. It's gonna be fucking huge.
It was good. It just lacked a few things to make it amazing. It was good first try though. Very good first try.
I hope they get there with the sequel.
So do I. 100%.
Really put it all into this. Take all this money, put it into the sequel. See what the hell you guys can make with that. Steven Sims, that'll do it for the news of the week. We'll now move on to what we've been playing very quickly. Steven Sims, what have you been playing?
Zelda. 112 shrines, 38 to go.
Damn. You know, there's like 150 something. Oh, 38 to go. You know the exact number, huh? Okay.
Yeah, I asked Alexa yesterday. Yeah, so I'm literally just following this guide. I'm doing like a couple of nights. Sometimes I'm just too busy to play. Sometimes I just fall asleep playing. I'm getting to the point where like a lot of the shrines, you'll find there's a lot of shrines that you just literally I think I said this last week, like the puzzle is getting to the shrine. So when you get to the shrine, it's just, oh, congratulations, here's your prize. I prefer the puzzles. I do like the puzzles.
It's kind of a puzzle though when they kind of make it like a puzzle to get to the shrine.
Yeah, definitely. There's a few like in some caves and stuff. I
hate the ones where they take away the equipment.
Yeah, I hate that as well. I hate them.
To like fight these. I'm like, you motherfucker. Every time you walk in there and Link's naked, all of a sudden I'm like, fuck.
The vehicle one's the best one though. The vehicle one's so good.
The vehicle ones are cool, yeah.
The vehicle, and then there's one where you can like attach weapons to Roombas. They're funny. I like them.
There was one. Do you remember that island in Breath of the Wild where they would take away all your equipment?
That's
one
what
on
they've
that
done.
Island. I couldn't get in there. I couldn't get into the one. It's like trapped behind a cage. I couldn't figure out.
Yeah, so it's a quest. So I just did that one.
Oh, okay.
So there's a guy at the beginning of the island. He's like, listen, you need to go clear these forts. So there's like 3 forts.
He's on the island.
Yeah. He's at the beginning of the island, and he's like, he wants to do some investigative work. So you just clear out these 3 bandits camps, and then he goes, I've just seen a ship, and it's gone into that cave that you must have found, and then there's a ship in there, so then you can now get into the thing.
Oh, see, there was no ship in mine.
You have to do the quest. Yeah.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
Because I tried not to do the quest, and I was like, fuck.
Oh, you have to.
Because I don't like the combat. I do not like fighting in this game.
Yeah, who does?
I don't. It's weird. It's like it's supposed to be like the main part of the game. I'm just not very good at it. I just don't know. I just don't enjoy it. Like there's a couple of bosses. I'm gonna have to fight a couple of bosses to get the shrines, and I just don't want to do it. I'm out. I'll do it later. I can't bother to fight these golems with beams shooting out.
In the temples, they do a good job because like there's like a special way to fight the boss, so you're not just like hacking and slashing at.
I don't even know what a temple is.
Someday you'll do a temple.
One day,
yeah.
I reckon I'll start doing them next week. I'm
I'm
making good progress with the shrines. I just want to get all my hearts. I'd like to do all I want some Zonite.
You'll be fucking leveled enough at least.
Yeah, hopefully, definitely. So, what are you playing, Daniel? What are you playing, Daniel? What are you playing, Connor?
I'm not Daniel. I'm Connor. Okay.
Yeah, baby.
Daniel's not. I've been playing Final Fantasy 16. Quite a bit of it, actually. I don't know
how many hours even now? Because it's supposed to be a 50-hour game.
15-ish, let's say.
Really?
More or less.
You're not hammering it every night, no?
No, I am. I mean, it's only been out less than a week, so it's pretty good. 15 hours for
it's a week. No, it's a Thursday, and last Thursday.
It's a week tomorrow. So
why? What's these Thursday releases about? Like we had AEW.
I don't know. Yeah, a lot of Xbox does Wednesday now. If you notice, Starfield comes out on Wednesday. They did Wednesday with Halo, and like God of War Ragnarok came out on Wednesday too. And some of these games are doing Thursday.
Yeah,
it's like, I don't like it. Can we all just stick to Friday? What happened to Friday?
Tuesdays or Fridays.
Tuesdays or Fridays. Pick one. Stick with it. I'm sick of this fucking Wednesday shit. Don't give it to me. No. FF16 though, very good. I'm having a great time with it thus far. The story and the world are incredible. Is definitely the best part of it thus far. I'm loving the characters and then just the overall world building, man. Super fucking interesting. Everyone's been just saying, it's like Game of Thrones. It really is a lot.
Is it like Game of Thrones? That's all I want to know.
In the sense that like you're bouncing between different regions with different people and different cutscenes, and you gotta like learn and how they're all together and like who's fighting who's allied with who, and that kind of sense. It took me probably the first like 10-ish hours to really get a grasp on everything that's going on and like all these different areas and people and whatnot. So in that sense, yes. But then there's also a lot of weird Square Enix shit going on here. You know what I mean? They sprinkled in a little Kingdom Hearts with your Game of Thrones, and that's very fun. All the random Square Enix Japanese shit that you'd expect to see, that's there too. So if that's not your cup of tea, then maybe don't check this out. But yeah, I'm having a good time this way. The combat took a little while to get going, honestly. I was going to talk about this last week, but I forgot. It was very basic at first, the combat, and it just like felt like, oh, I've played this before, I've done this. Like it's a bit Devil May Cry, a bit Kingdom Hearts, a bit other Final Fantasy games and stuff. And but once you get going and a lot of big story moments happen and stuff like that, then the combat just sort of evolves more and like gets a bit deeper, and I'm hoping it gets deeper and deeper as it goes. But honestly, it's not like this amazing next gen combat or anything, I don't think, but I still like it. It's still really fun.
Is it leaps and bounds behind the Final Fantasy remake?
No, behind.
Is it like leaps and bounds? Like is it on the par? Like because I'm thinking about that was very
Final
basic.
Fantasy 7. Really? See, I enjoyed that much.
I enjoyed it. It was just basic. Yeah. It was simple, right? Do you know what I mean? Like,
okay. I actually kind of wish they stuck with that for this whole game.
Right.
If I'm being honest.
This seems to be
I really like the Final Fantasy 7 remake combat. I love that combat actually.
What I have seen, it looks like very Devil May Cry.
Yeah, it's kind of like that. It's not as like combo focused. Like you're not memorizing like square, X, triangle. You know what I mean? You're not like memorizing combos like that. But it is very Devil May Cry / Kingdom Hearts, I would say. It's got those emotions, which obviously I love Kingdom Hearts, so I'm gonna enjoy this quite a bit. But yeah, it's not I would say it's not like this next gen, what you'd think for this combat or like leading up to this combat. The combat was very hyped going into this, it was like very much like, yeah, we got the Devil May Cry guy working on it. He's gonna do a great job. He's killing it. This is like the best thing he's ever made, so he says. And it's just not. It doesn't blow you away that much. There are parts in the story though where they showed it in trailers and whatnot, but the summon fights where you're fighting as a giant monster, those are very fun. Man, like the spectacle of this game is fucking nuts. Some of the boss fights are just crazy, like what you're doing, like that's where it feels like next gen. Like, holy shit, look at what the PS5 can do when you're actually looking at this.
Last question. So I'd be going in for the story. That's all I'd be going in for. So like, what's the difficulty options? Is there a story mode difficulty option?
I can't remember if there was a difficulty option. There are these rings you can put on that make everything much easier, and I think that's your option there. It's like, they give you these like 5 different rings that'll like, one of them will like it'll just parry for you, so you don't gotta time out the parries and stuff, or like it'll you get a little dog Turgle, he's awesome. But one of the rings will just like have him just constantly attack for you. It's just rings that'll make the game easier for you.
So is that like a toggle option in the options menu, or?
Yeah. You just go into your accessories and and they label them very clearly, like these are the rings to make your game easier. It doesn't say that, but it says like ring of something. You'll know it when you see it.
Because I just want to play the game. I just want to like just mash a few buttons.
For you, like if you're just going in, you want the story, you want the characters, you want the world. Perfect, because that's the best part of this fucking game thus far. I'm fine. I really like the combat. I don't want to like sound too down on it. It is really fun, but it's not like the next step for Final Fantasy games that I would have wanted.
I suppose that I suppose again, like when we constantly absorbing this content of like, and we're being smashed in the face by a stove by a bike, or a Tim Getty's like, oh, the combat's so good, You're like, oh, can't wait for the combat. And obviously, I think at some point it just doesn't. That your levels of hype doesn't get matched.
I'm just like, yeah, exactly. People overhype the combat, and I'm just like, this is fine, but like, it's not as good as like God of War Ragnarok. Like I thought that combat was better in this. Or Elden Ring has the enemy design, right? That's what makes the combat and that so good. It doesn't have the enemy design of Elden Ring. It doesn't have the funness, I guess, of God of War. But it's still very good. But it's nothing you haven't seen before in games, I'd say.
Okay. I'm excited to try the game.
But yeah, having a really good time. Stories are really fucking cool.
I will be playing in about 2
Also,
months.
the button, man, you press the touchpad. I talked about this last week a little bit, and it brings up like a context table of like everything that's going on.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing this as well.
Oh, that's really fucking cool. Every game should incorporate this. That's one of those things where it's like, holy shit, that's a good idea. Because
this is like the Nemesis thing.
Yeah, it helps me so much in cutscenes, especially like I said, like Game of Thrones, when it hops to like a different region with
you've not seen them in like 4 seasons.
Exactly. I haven't seen them in like since the beginning of the game, and I'm like, what's going on here? Who was this? What did he own? Yada yada yada. And you press that button and you just read up on it, and you're like, all right, fuck
Game of Thrones, like you're like, the question is, why is he mad about this? and they told you like 4 years ago, and you're like, Game of Thrones always is like, who's this guy? Like, oh yeah, he's that guy with the wedding. Yeah, we did the red wedding up, and you didn't see him for 5 years. I was like, oh, he's back. No, he's here.
He's alive. Holy shit! Game of Thrones, you always had to watch the recap thing twice. Because
always.
Like, all right, replay that. Let me see this again. What are we doing this episode?
Man, when's House of Dragons? Man, House of Dragon was so
far
good,
so far,
so good.
The whole writers' strike thing. I think they halted filming now. So it's like, oh my god, we're probably looking at like 2025 for that.
Just go and watch the fucking Bear, man. Season 1 and 2.
Yeah, okay. We do got the Bear.
I finished it. I did it in like 2 days. It's so good.
Damn, they put out all the episodes for that.
Yeah, I watched like 4 episodes that night, 2 episodes, and then like another 5 episodes like the day after. I just smashed it up.
Smashed it up. That's going to do it for the Nerd Gods Podcast, episode 177.
1,422.
There you go. That's the right number. We know numbers. Steven Sims, anything else you'd like to say?
What, you said my name's Steven Sims a lot, man. Like, why? Why not?
It comes off the tongue. You know what I mean?
Connor knows. Like, Connor, okay, bye.
See, that doesn't roll off the tongue like that.
Connor knows. I have to work for it.
You know, SS people call you for short.
So.
Okay. All right, that's good, dude, everyone. Bye bye.
Peace.